To create an approval workflow within your BIM360 project, first off, navigate to your BIM360 project. This particular one is called ISO sample BIM360. So this is set up as a project. The next thing you want to do is go into the project admin, and that is assuming that you have project admin rights. What you then need to do is just go into reviews under services and go to create approval workflow, and this is going to allow you to transition files from one folder to the next via an approval and quality checking process. So create approval workflow, select the number of steps that you want to create the approval workflow for. So for example, the file can move from one person in a one-step approval and then move into the required shared folder, or it can move up to 5 people or 5 approvals if you need. So we're just going to choose two-step approval. So it shows us here as a concept diagram. Starting point goes through an initial review, final review, and then we've got the final endpoint, which is the folder that it will actually arrive in. So we go into next, we need to name it. We're going to call this file QA. Select the initiator. So I'm going to select myself as the initiator. I can also select the role if I want. So the initiator, so the person who starts it. The reviewer type, so single reviewer or multiple reviewer, so it can go to multiple people at the same time. So the reviewer, I'm going to choose that the BIM manager then needs to review it. So anyone with that particular role will then review it, but somebody needs to approve it after that particular individual. So you can select then perhaps the construction manager or contract manager or quantity surveyor in this particular instance. So we'll look for quantity surveyor. So quantity surveyor then needs to approve the change that it's going through. So we can change any of these items if we want. I just leave them as are. Approved, rejected, approved with comments. Action upon completion when. So also copy approved documents, so you don't have to select this, but is a better practice, particularly if you're working on an ISO 19650 type project. So select the folder. So once this particular file is approved, I want that to go into the shared folder. Click OK. Click Save on that. So now I'm going to go back into my project, to my document management. You can see that particular approval workflow now appears in the list of approval workflows available in the project. So I'm going to go into my WIP folder as the architecture responsible individual. I'm going to select this file. I can then drop down the 3 dots if I want. Submit for review, and then you select that particular approval workflow that we've just created called file QA. Review name. Just going to call it ground floor plan. Initial design. Click submit. So because we don't have the quantity surveyor role created in the project, we now need to assign somebody as the quantity surveyor. So what I'm going to do here is change this particular person's role. I'm going to make them a quantity surveyor role. So that should allow them to do that. There may be an approval email required. Let's see. I'll just jump into my email address here. So I'll just go back into my folder, select my WIP architecture, particular file, it's a floor plan, I want to submit that, submit for review. So approval workflow, file QA, that's fine, call this GF plan. So ground floor plan, initial design, submit. So notify reviewers and notify other project members. So maybe I want to also notify somebody as part of a different company. Send. They will now receive an email. So I have now received an email as the BIM manager to review this particular project. Hit view review. That's going to bring me into my BIM360 document management. It's going to show me this particular review as the BIM manager. I can now look at this drawing, I can review it, make sure I'm happy with it, check everything is in order. I can also then log issues if I want as well. I can create an issue in this and assign it to somebody, and they will receive an email also. So just for ease, I'm just going to X out of this. So I'm happy with the drawing. I'm going to start the review. So I'm happy with what I saw. Submit review. And now it's going to move to the next person.